afternoon guys, it's Jenny here from Just Jenny Journaling. Welcome back to my channel. It's a flip through today. I'll be doing probably separate videos for these for Rosie and for Pearl, the lace covered companion journals. Really, I made these along with their sister journal Camille, who is now up for the YouTube giveaway prize. So we really enjoyed making these. They're slightly different, well, different covers, but using vintage sort of table linens and crochet pieces and laces, as well as new. So I've mixed old and new, and vintage and pre-loved jewellery pieces too. So I'll start off with just Rosie, and we'll film Pearl in a separate video, I think, because there's a lot of detail and I don't want to make the videos too long either, so you can just perhaps tune into the one that you're particularly interested in, or if you'd like to you can look at both. So start off with Rosie. So Rosie, I think they were over, I think I did about 35 pages, 35 sheets, 70 plus pages, so that's 140 sides in these. So Rosie is, that's the back, and so she's tied with some vintage, this is new lace, the brown, but the white and the coffee dyed or the tea dyed were charity shop finds, so they're not brand new. I don't know how old they are. I wouldn't say they're really vintage, but they're not brand new. They're not antique or anything like that, but I've got rolls of these I really like. Right, let's like a little parcel there. There you go. So once we get inside, let's pop that to the top, just to the side there. There you go. And we'll see. So she measures, journal measures across, we're looking at 11 centimetres across. And the actual journal itself, without the trimmings, about 16 down. I think the pages were about 15. And I'll show you how wide. Okay, so this is the right. So you've got a napkin, and then I had like a vintage, I think it's a bit of some lace and some table runner. And yes, the crochet table runner runs 3/4 of the way across the back, and then it was on some vintage, it's like a big lace panel as well, so I backed it onto that, and there were lots and lots of layers, as you can see. Took apart a vintage bracelet, and these pieces are beautiful, and some crochet doily taken to bits, and that's it. So that's what's on the front. They're sort of layered, different coloured doilies layered, some tea dyed and some plain. So inside, as we go in, I've used the Stamperia old lace paper mainly. So we've got a little bit of a crocheted, no, it was crocheted, I don't know what that is, piece of a vintage tablecloth or some sort of doily type thing there. That is from a vintage haul. And these little cards, ephemera cards, are all from the old lace collection, which I think is beautiful. Very textured. Looks textured without lots of bulk, so I really like that. So pop those in the front. Might take a while to take things to bits and put them back together again, and that's all part of the ephemera pack as well. You could pop a little photograph on there, couldn't you, or maybe write a little quote or something that you like. Also picked up in the little die cut section from the works recently that haul. Oh yes, just to let you know that on the as the bookmark type thing. I've popped onto a little Tim Holtz pen. Don't you see that there? This little pin that says keepsake, and it's a little bracelet. And I don't know if you can see all the detail, but I just love the colours on it and all the detail. So that can be your bookmark. Okay. And if you can see all the detail, I don't know if you can see they've got a little butterfly on it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So I thought that could be your bookmark. I don't know if these will fall out again. And this I thought would be a really gorgeous thought. This would be Rosie. This would be Rosie, and this journal would belong to her. And so it's not a vintage photograph. This came from a little die cut set from the works recently, but I just love it, and I think it suits this little journal. And a little memento card there. That's popped in the front, and then I've layered the front there with different papers, and it's got a little bit of a binding, is it, like a little ruler, and that's edged with lace. So as you go in, I have again that's the back. I've double just for, because it's quite a lot of texture on the front, I did a double layer of cardstock front and back here, so you've got quite a nice surface as a writing board. But I also did make, I've got it in it, did make a writing board too. So I've popped the bigger image of Rosie from the front onto a writing board, and this is really solid card, and I haven't done much with it, just popped some layers of lace and a little bit of collage on the back with butterfly, little rosy bits, and some vintage newspaper, music paper, so that can be your writing board for wherever you need to put it in your book as you write, because there's quite a bit of texture and bits and pieces going on in here. So you've got music paper with stamping on it, and this is from a little diary that is a Victorian themed diary, and I've used quite a few pages. And this here was from a book, Bygone Days, and I'm not going to take everything to bits, I've just backed it onto, I'll take it to video. So that is a beautiful image, I love the colours of it, and it's backed onto some cardstock, and I've got this lovely stamp which I found in my stash, and you'll see it popping up throughout these two books. Okay, the idea for the embellished, just the twisted or curled paper clip, was from Mrs. Cogg's Crafts. She just did an embellishment, paper clip embellishment tutorial, and on the Project Amy, I've done a video, 2 or 3 videos back from last week. There's a link to her tutorial on that video. This one here, again, that's just from the old lace, and that's how it's backed. I didn't cover it because it's beautiful, and you can write on it. You can journal on that. This paper here is just like a writing paper from a writing set, but I popped on it when I was tea dyeing some bits and pieces, some doilies. I popped one of the doilies on it, and it made that beautiful pattern on there. Again, that's that beautiful little bit from the diary, the Victorian themed diary. This is just a little piece of paper, vintage, it's from the works from a paper pad, and I popped it in there for some extra writing space, and just pop that on there. This is from a book which I really love. It's from Victorian Household Hints, and this little stamp here of the vintage like fountain pens, that was from the latest April ephemera box from our Atelier. And if you look at the giveaway video, you'll have all the coupon codes that she's kindly shared with us for her lovely bits and pieces on there. So I've got this book, a couple of books called What to Look For in Junk Shops, and it's lovely. It's filled with beautiful images, So I've put some pages in, and I've just taken some images off as well. But I just thought this may be a little bit of lace that perhaps a Rosie would like to pop in her diary as a memento from one of her favourite outfits. Just a little bit of craft paper made into a little booklet. Into a mini booklet here. Okay. This is just a writing piece, a little writing card. And I've just popped that beautiful stamp on the middle there. I just love it. It's an afterthought. I came across it the other day and it's absolutely perfect. It's a really nice size and the detail for this project is fabulous. This is a little bit from the pages from the book, What to Look For in Junk Shops. I just love the black and white images. I'll pop those in. This little bit of washi here, the Viennese waltz, and I think, is it a tuba or a French horn? I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Anyway, that's from the washi sticker tape, I think, from Rosie. A little postcard here from the nostalgia range that I picked up from one of my hauls. And this is, I've left it, the explanation on the back. The grill room at Hyde Park Hotel. I've actually been there, but that's obviously a little while ago, and I just love the outfits, love the colours. I thought I'd pop that in there, and you can back it if you want to, write on it, or just leave it to admire. Old Design Shop, I think, or Digital Magpie, I'm not sure, can't remember which one. I think these are more Edwardian, to be fair. We're going to be picky, but you know, I love the way that sounds. Graphic 45 do a little set, and this is the fan print stamping. A bit of wallpaper trim there, and I've just backed it onto with some lace, and I just popped a little writing space thing here. Okay, I brought that up for a bit of secret journaling. Those lovely ladies again. Tiny little waist, it's ridiculous, isn't it? And vintage flower book, journaling space. For the middle of this, I just did a little collage, and this is a picture from the, I think it's Victorian Household Hints, or was it Bygone Days? I can't remember now, but I just love this little image of the children's party. And I love the colours in it. I love what the ladies are wearing, and so I've collaged it onto like an invitation card with the roses on, and did some lace, popped some lace and tea-dyed butterfly, and it's got sort of lace on the edges as well. Lovely perfume bottle. This was from a Graphic 45 Vintage Ladies. It looks more like a Gibson girl, to be fair, but I thought it looked quite nice in here. And the Gibson girls. And this is the other side. Oh, what have I done here? Oh yes, other side of the wallpaper. And what have I done here? Oh, got all confused with myself. Okay. And on here, I think I've gotten a bit confused, because this one, I'm going to take it out, because I think that one's supposed to be in with pearl. So sorry guys, I've got a bit confused, because I thought I've got one of those cards each. I shall pop something else on here. I made a big tag from this image from Bygone Days. Just look at the colours. And this family visiting the zoo, and it's backed onto tea-dyed paper for journaling. What have I done there? So I've got that on. There you go. A little bit from the little piece, a round piece from the Graphic 45, from the Stamperia old lace ephemera pack, and if I take it off, you will see it's backed beautifully. You see how lovely that looks. Popped in there. You can do what you like with it. This is a vintage ad, and that was from Victorian household hints, I think. I just backed it onto a little bit of lace and a little punch out of some blank music paper for journaling on. This is from the Bygone Days book, Lady on the Beach. Love a parasol. Imagine that being beach wear. That's amazing. It's amazing. A little bit from the book again, more looking in junk shops. There are about 3 different books, so and I picked them up. I love that teapot. That was an image that really caught my eye, and I punched out. And it said about Victorians loving bird cages, and so I popped it on there with a piece of tea-dyed lace. And this looks a little bit Alice in Wonderland to me, but she looked like a governess. I love the black and the line drawing on there. On the other side, that little booklet. Little pocket here. This is all Stamperia old lace. No, that's not actually. This isn't here. So that's from the paper pad with a corset, and that's one of the little journaling cards. And I think it's beautiful. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. This is from the works, I think, but I loved the image on it, and I've left it blank inside, and this little frame is glued in as a tuck spot. And as I said, this is double backed, so you've got 2 layers of the paper pad card here, just to give it a real body on that side. So that's the back cover, and I just popped this in a little pocket. So it's backed onto a card, but you can journal on it and topped with a bit of lace. And it does tuck into here. It does tuck into here like so. I don't know if you can see as you open out. This was from the original napkin. I left it and I wanted to accentuate it with these pieces, these little doily pieces. I think it looks really pretty when you open that out. And then you can see, I don't know if you can see the layering of the lace on the top. That's tea-dyed lace. That's not vintage, this is new, and that's a little keepsake. You can see that, it says keepsake on there. So that, guys, is so that can fold any way you like, really. That can fold in like so, or if you wanted to fold it to what's the word, to save place, you could do, or you can use your bookmark from the front too in any part of the journal that you fancied, which is quite a nice thought. You can pop that in like so, and get myself all caught up, and it can go like so. Okay, so there you guys, you have it, is Rosie. She will be available in my Etsy store, and I've really enjoyed making these journals. I started off with Project Amy, really, on the linen and lace journey. It's been really good for me. I will take custom orders should there be something like this you'd like made, but my next, I've got Love Never Fails journals that I will be working on the next few days. And then I've got a couple of custom orders as well, an Alice in Wonderland themed coming up, and a notebook for a friend whose daughter is going to like a teaching school, religious teaching school, pioneer school thing in June. And I also will be making some very plain junk journals, small ones that you guys can embellish yourselves. We'll be selling off some of these. I'm sorting these out now. and also doing some little fabric bundles and some vintage books to get into my Etsy. So lots going on. Thank you guys, and I will now go on to film Pearl. So that will be on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.